up guys? Today I'm going to replace this stock Virago seat to a new seat. I mean, it's a used seat from Dyna Street Bob, but I'm going to try fitting it. Let's get started. As I compare the stock seat to the new seat is quite a bit bigger. It's probably hard to see in the video, but it's quite a bit bigger. So what I'm going to have to do is to try shaving off the front of it, the front part of it, and then I will try, fitting it. Let's see, the very first fitting. Oh wow. It's actually a perfect fit. Oh wow. Looks like I don't have to do anything to it. Wow, this is great. Well, I'm probably gonna have to do some little adjustments, like take this and that off, but I think it's gonna fit perfectly. Wow, this is great. I did not know that. Like that. Well, it's slightly floated because of that, but that can be adjusted. So now looking from the side, it is slightly floated. It's mainly, like I said, it's from the tab that is here, so that should be easy to fix. On top of that, I'm probably gonna have to place some metal hardware here to have that fit, here for the bolts, so that should be pretty easy too. Alright, so let's just cut this off. I have to be pretty careful with the knives. I do not have a saw that can fit in such tight space, so I'm just gonna have to use this little knife and then try cutting it just slowly. Bend it back and forth. Looks like it's coming off. It's getting softer and softer, so yep, there you go. That was easy. There you go. And let me just go ahead and just clean this area. I want this surface nice and smooth, so just go ahead and keep shaving it until it is nice and smooth. Okay, so I took off this little tab so it's nice and clean. I have sanded it too, so it's very smooth. And the seat just goes right there. Perfect fit, except for one issue. I have some cables here, and the seat, it just sits on them just directly on top of that. So that's a problem. So what I'm going to do now is to take off some of these staples, and then I'm gonna shave this part off. I'm gonna probably use the power sander and sand this part off quite a bit so it fits better. Okay, so I loosely marked the areas where I had to sand. I'm probably gonna have to use a knife and shave off some of these big bumps and then sand after that. And this area, this is the part probably gonna have to make a hole. But let's just go ahead and use a knife and then do the sanding. Now, I do not want to cut more than necessary, so I'm just going slowly and cut off these surfaces and try fitting on the bike and see what would be the best cut. Okay, so now I have cut these areas and now it's in better fitment. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's just fit this. Hope I can do this with one hand. Like that. And the gap underneath, excuse me. Now the gap underneath is very small, so it's a pretty good fit. So what I'm going to do now is to clean these areas. I mean, these are cut, but they're not very clean, so I'll finesse it better. And then I'll put some kind of hardware, so it can be bolted here. All right, let's do that. So I put some tapes over these areas to prevent the moisture. Well, it's probably going to help just a little bit, but better than nothing. Now I'll be stapling the seat surface back on the seat like that. There you go. There you go. Now I place the hardware on the desk with the clamp, and well, it's kind of like that with the tape. And then this is the bending area, and I'll bend it to 90 degrees. This side goes to the seat, this side goes to the bike. The hole is slightly elongated, so it's height adjustable, which is good, right? So let's get to work. There you go. Let's do the other one. There you go. Okay, so now I'll be drilling a hole. I'm just going to be doing very carefully, so I'll be using a small drill. Okay, good. It looks like it's a bit too forward. I'm gonna have to place it slightly to the rear, maybe about this much. That's the first hole I made. I'm gonna place the second one right around here. Right around here. Okay, good. Okay, one more try. Ah, good. Perfect. Right there. So, before completing my work, I am going to put some tape over this area here on the tank. So, to protect the tank. Alright, let's do that. Alright, here it is. Harley-Davidson Dyna Street Bob seat, the solo seat on Yamaha Virago. For those who had V-star 250 can also try this. Look at how precise it fits. It's a nice fit. Yeah. For those who think, the seat not very comfortable or not being able to find the aftermarket seat, this is something that you may want to try. Here's a shot from the other side. Very nice fit. Yeah, here's a long shot. It looks like it just came like that. Yeah, it's a good fit. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you again soon.